Hello, little video for the YouTube. Shout out to my YouTube peeps. I'm joking, there's nobody. I'm recording this for myself. Anyway, today was a losing day. Let me clear all drawings, right? Today was a losing day, unfortunately. I didn't make some videos, but I'm starting every day from now on. Every trade I take, everything I do. Even if I don't take a trade, I'm making a video. I need to document this and I need to learn from myself. If I don't do it, then it's, I don't know, not good, right? Anyway, what was I seeing? Obviously, in general, we are bearish. The market is falling on the daily. We have a daily fair value gap, AFVG here, which was definitely some form of liquidity to take. Obviously, we haven't taken it yet. Still there to be taken, maybe, who knows. On the 4 hour, we have clear bearish divergences. We have a good few of them, so we had like a lot of good places to enter, let's say. We actually are right now in this 4 hour. These are all my bearish ones. Like I said, the structure, daily bias is bearish. Right, what am I seeing? Oh, right. So, obviously, the 4 hour fair value gaps are, well, in general, I like to think they're stronger than like the lower time frame ones. And we were just tanking all the way down. Nothing much. There is some obviously fair value gaps here, but the 4 hour ones are like the main ones I want to be focusing on. And then we started to reverse a little bit, creating a few of these 1 hours. Let me change this to green just for the sake of it. I don't know, I like to do it. We have some bullish 1 hours, just like everywhere pretty much here, right? But in general, bearish bias. Like I took a long today. I don't know why. I mean, not a bad thing to do, but in general, I would. It was a tough market today, and I don't know if I wasn't learning, if I wasn't paper trading, I don't know if I would have taken this trade. Right. Where is market open? Market opens at 9:30, right? I've marked out these. There's no gaps here. I guess there's a gap here as well, but it's. I'm gonna draw it on. Right, this is market open. What I didn't like about coming into market open, this is essentially what my chart sort of looked like. I really didn't like the fact that we were, as you can tell, this 4 hour closed, like we respected this 4 hour bearish fair value gap. However, at market open, we were still like trading inside it, and I just didn't like the fact that we are in a bearish fair value gap. We haven't closed it, and yeah. So on the 30-minute, I guess you have this 1 hour, 30-minute, 1 hour stronger. Let's use that. Have some fair value gaps here as well, but they do not matter because they're not on the hour. We don't care, right? Maybe, I don't know. That's at least what I'm thinking. I'm speaking out loud my thoughts so I can remember when I watch this back and learn from it. What was I thinking and what was my issue, problem, blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. Market opens here. Market instantly starts tanking. I was looking for a. This is London high, right? I also had this marked out. This is London high. I had London low. This is not London high. This is London high. Where is London low? Huh? I'm a bit lost. Why is London still? Let me refresh. No way. All right, here we go. Back to the 15-minute. So, this was my London. whatever, right? Doesn't matter. I don't know. Something is not London. When does London session end? I don't know. I'll check this after the video. It doesn't matter. Clearly, I have some wrong settings which could have affected my thingy. But anyway, coming into the market open, I wasn't seeing much. Obviously, we are bearish bias inside this 4 hour. We kind of broke out of it, but it closed at 10 here. Obviously, we accepted it, right? And this is what I was sort of scared of, because we are respecting bearish fair value gaps. We are in a bearish market. So I did not like what I was seeing coming into the market. I don't think there's any setup here. It's like I wouldn't want to take, anything, honestly, when I'm not in a zone of interest, let's call it. So this was my zone of interest, but we were breaking above it, let's say, and I did not want to be taking longs before the close. So I guess market opens, I'm not seeing anything. We are not in a 4 hour like here or doing something interesting here. We kind of just stopped anywhere. I was thinking maybe if we take out this high, go into this, then a short here would be nice, and I think like technically that would make some sense, but that doesn't happen, so it doesn't matter. And what, 5 minute, right? We started just tanking all the way down, didn't really see anything here. And then when does my trade come in? Falling. I noticed this 5 minute fair value gap. This is bearish. Let me change the color just for the sake. And right here where I took my trade is the inverse. However, after analyzing this and like figuring out potentially what I did wrong here, I noticed that we are in a bearish thing. Why am I taking a long? I was targeting a 15 minute fair value gap here around, and also this bullish to see if we can maybe reject it. But obviously trade didn't work, and reasoning why this maybe wasn't the best trade is, for one, we had more bearish fair value gaps up here, so like to prove we could have been bullish, let's say, we should have been taking them out. But second thing is, it's a falling market. We don't know when it's going to stop. We're trying to catch a falling knife, and I think the better setup here was this low after a bit of a retracement. Move up. We retook this low out, and also this is the 1 hour, I think it was, fair value gap. On the 2 minute, I can remove this 5 minute because that was invalid, obviously. On the 2 minute, coming downwards, there is a bearish fair value gap here. There is also a bearish fair value gap here, and we've taken this low out now, so fantastic. We are in a 1 hour fair value gap, and we have 2, 3, to be honest. I don't know what I think about this, but see, I don't know what to do with like these fair value gaps here, but essentially we broke this 2 minute after taking the low inside a 1 hour fair value gap, and then this probably would have been a better trade with the stop just at the bottom of this body. 1-to-1 would have been nice. Unfortunately, I think I got in too early. My next time I see this sort of drop or rise, I am not entering on the first inverse fair value gap, because I don't know, it doesn't make sense, I feel like. And that's about it. Like, would have I taken a trade today if I was not learning in paper trading? Probably not, honestly. I don't like the fact that we are inside, we're just bouncing around all these bullish, bearish. We are also in a weekly bullish fair value gap, right? So market's bearish, chart is just ugly. I don't know. It was a ugly day today. I took a bad trade. I think, like I said, my mistake was just taking the first inverse, and they're still like bearish up here. And the better play would have been waiting for this low to get swept and then looking for a long. However, what I'm curious about now, which I didn't also realize before when I started recording, which is good, which is why I'm recording, so then I can maybe figure out more things when I look at it and analyze it again, is this 2-minute fair value gap here and here and here. Because obviously, looking at the lowest one, we flip it, we inverse it. Looking at this one, we also flip it, which is fine, but we are sort of inside this bearish one, which I guess maybe isn't the best idea to also enter here. But for example, let's see, maybe when I think about it, if on the 1 minute, yeah, I think maybe on the 1 minute after like clearing these two 2-minute ones, we created for one a bullish fair value gap here. Oh my god, it's getting really messy now. Let me just remove this. We created a bullish 1 minute fair value here. We obviously flipped the 2-minute. And then because we are inside a bearish 2-minute, maybe that's like stopping us from technically taking the long. But we have created a bearish, once again, that traded into the bullish 1 minute based on the 2-minute. And then probably like here with a close here and then a 1-to-1 here. Maybe this would have been better. Like we are not forcing a trade into a 2-minute bearish fair value gap and waiting for, well, essentially this. We created a bullish fair value gap, traded into it, created a bearish fair value gap, inversed it. And I think this was probably the best setup of all. We like connected the 2-minute and 1 minute, but it's all part of the learning process. I feel like if I saw this on the 2-minute, I would have taken it as well. But that is just a cue to keep learning and keep figuring stuff out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thoughts for today. Goodbye.